Ever find a forgotten gift card and think, hey, free money? We'll bump that feeling way up because
Yeah.
we're talking unclaimed tax refunds,
Okay.
money the IRS owes you.
Wow.
We're going deep on this
Well,
thanks to Let's Talk Taxes,
yeah.
an episode from DeMore Tax Service LLC.
I'm intrigued by
Yeah.
how many people miss these refunds,
It's true.
totally unaware they're eligible.
Let's break it down there.
Okay.
Why would someone have a refund out there
Right.
just waiting?
It's simpler than you think.
Okay.
Moving's a big one. People forget to update their address with the IRS.
That makes sense.
Or folks who earned under the filing limit,
Mm-hmm.
they might assume no return needed.
Yeah.
But even then, taxes could be withheld from paychecks.
So even if filing wasn't required,
Right.
it's worth checking.
Absolutely. A refund's still possible.
Our listeners are probably wondering,
Probably.
how do I know if I have one waiting?
The IRS website is a good starting point.
Yeah.
They have a tool, Where's My Refund?
Guys,
Lets you check online
what do I need to have ready?
your social security number
Got it.
or ITIN if you're not a U.S. citizen.
Okay.
You'll also need your filing status for that year, single, married, and so on.
Right.
And lastly, the exact refund amount you're expecting.
Time to dig out those old tax forms.
Exactly. Keep those organized.
Good point.
You never know when you'll need them.
Okay.
And about old documents,
Mhm.
there's a time limit, usually 3 years from the filing deadline,
Sure
to
works.
claim that refund.
So like if I was looking at 2020,
Right.
I'd need to act before the 2023 deadline.
Exactly.
Has a little pressure.
A bit.
Like a free money countdown.
I like that.
So let's say someone does find a refund
Okay.
using that tool.
Uh-huh.
What's the actual filing process like?
Not as hard as it sounds.
Okay, good.
First, gather your income details.
Got it.
W-2s if you're employed.
Yeah.
1099s for freelancers.
Wait, so freelancers could have refunds too?
Absolutely.
Interesting. I thought those were just for like traditional jobs.
Nope. Anyone with taxes withheld could be eligible,
Huh. Good to know.
regardless of how they work.
Okay, so income docs are sorted.
Right.
What else?
Anything for deductions or credits you're claiming,
Okay,
receipts, medical expenses, stuff like that.
makes sense.
Oh, and the right tax forms for that year?
Obviously.
Yeah,
I bet accuracy is key here.
for sure.
What are some common mistakes?
Using old forms is a big one.
Yeah,
The IRS updates them. Got to use the right version for the year you're filing.
I see.
People also forget signatures or leave sections blank.
Small stuff, but
Big consequences. It can delay your refund.
double checking's worth it then.
Absolutely. Better to be thorough than deal with delays later.
DeMore Tax Service can help with this, right?
They do offer assistance.
But we want people to grasp it themselves,
Yeah,
even if they get help.
right.
Understanding the basics is important.
Absolutely empowers you to take control.
It's more than just the money, right?
Oh, for sure.
Filing old returns
Mm,
could open other doors,
definitely. It can lock in your eligibility for certain credits,
such as...
like the earned income tax credit,
Okay,
and a solid tax history boosts your financial credibility.
hold on.
Yeah.
Employers look at that.
In some industries, definitely.
Wow.
Especially those with finance or security clearances involved.
They want to see responsibility, consistency.
Exactly.
So it's not just about getting a refund,
Right.
but having those returns filed.
Mm.
It matters for more reasons.
It builds a strong foundation.
Yeah.
Shows you're in good standing.
Okay, lots covered.
Yeah.
Quick recap before we go on.
Sure.
First, don't assume you're not owed a refund.
Right.
Check the IRS website. Use that Where's My Refund tool.
Well, and have your social security number or ITIN ready, your filing status, and the refund amount you're looking for.
Got it.
And keep those old tax forms safe. They're crucial.
Don't wait either.
Yeah.
You've got 3 years.
But sooner's better.
Then gather your W-2s, 1099s, anything for deductions,
Right.
and double check those forms, right versions, all that.
Accuracy is key.
Even if there's no refund this time.
It's still a win.
How so?
Taking control of your taxes, that's empowering in itself.
Good point.
It's about financial independence.
Okay, great advice. Now, what if someone knows they're owed a refund, but can't find those old returns? What then?
Ooh, good question.
We'll tackle that and more when we're back for part 2.
Owie.
We're back, diving deep into unclaimed tax refunds. Right before we left off.
Yeah.
What if you're pretty sure there's a refund out there,
Uh-huh.
but those old tax forms, gone, vanished?
Happens a lot, actually.
Really?
More than you'd think. Life gets in the way, things get lost.
Makes sense.
Don't worry, though.
Okay, good.
It's not hopeless.
So what can you do?
Retrace your steps. Literally, where'd you keep those documents?
Oh, like old file cabinets.
Exactly. Maybe boxes in the attic.
Yeah.
Or that drawer we all have.
Oh, the junk drawer.
That's the one. But if that fails, request a copy from the IRS.
A copy of what?
Your tax transcript.
What's that?
It's like a summary of your return, all the key details, income, taxes paid.
So even without the original form,
Right.
you can still get that info.
Exactly.
And how do I do that?
Request it online through the IRS website
Easy enough.
or mail in a form.
Okay.
And bonus, they're free.
No cost at all.
Nope.
That's good. We were talking about clean filing history.
Yeah.
Some people might be thinking,
Oh, I bet.
I've missed a few filings.
Uh-huh.
Is it really a big deal?
Worth addressing for sure.
Okay.
The odd late filing might not be huge,
Right.
but a pattern
Yeah.
that impacts your financial credibility?
You said lenders look at this,
Right.
even some employers.
Definitely.
What do you mean by that?
Think about a mortgage application. The lender wants to see your income, your stability.
Makes sense.
Gaps in your filings raise red flags.
So it's not just getting the loan,
Nope.
but maybe the interest rate too.
Exactly. A consistent history shows responsibility.
It shows you're reliable.
Lenders like that, they reward it. Same with some employers, those in finance
Ah.
or government jobs. They might check during background checks.
So it's kind of like a
Yeah,
financial resume.
exactly. Shows your habits.
Yeah, like a resume.
Yeah.
You want it looking good.
For sure. Now, we've focused on getting refunds.
Right.
But what if someone owes taxes from past years?
Ooh, good point. Some folks might be thinking,
Yeah.
uh-oh, maybe I should have filed those.
Happens. What should they do?
Yeah, what's the best move?
First, don't freak out.
Okay, good.
The IRS gets it. People make mistakes. They have ways to help.
So even if it's been a while,
Uh-huh.
I can still fix it.
Absolutely. It's never too late.
Okay.
Start by gathering the documents for those missing years.
What kind of documents?
Income info, W-2s, 1099s, anything for deductions.
So like the same stuff for claiming a refund.
Pretty much just the other way around.
Okay.
Fill out the right forms, send them to the IRS.
For each year I missed.
Right.
And if it's a lot of years,
If you're way behind, getting professional help's a good idea.
that's where DeMore Tax Service comes in.
Exactly. They can guide you, explain any penalties,
Okay.
make sure everything's done right.
So the takeaway is
Mm-hmm.
don't ignore it.
Right.
There's help out there.
For sure.
Dealing with it is better than pretending it doesn't exist.
Couldn't agree more. In fact,
Yeah.
facing these issues,
Uh-huh.
it can actually be a positive thing.
Really?
It shows you're responsible.
Oh,
Sets you up for a better future financially.
We've talked about finding refunds.
Yeah.
Filing history's importance.
Right.
What to do if you're behind.
Mm-hmm.
It's all about taking charge, isn't it?
Exactly.
Yeah.
This whole deep dive, it's not just about finding money.
Okay.
It's about understanding your taxes, making smart choices.
Taking ownership, basically.
Exactly. Now, remember that earned income tax credit,
Oh, yeah. You mentioned that earlier. What's that about?
it's a refundable credit, helps people with low to moderate incomes.
Individuals and families.
Both.
Okay.
It's like a boost to your refund.
Okay.
Or it can lower your taxes owed.
Free money from the government.
More like a reward for working.
Okay.
The amount depends on your income, family, all that.
So for people struggling,
Right.
this could really help.
Exactly. You mentioned DeMore Tax Service can assist,
Yeah.
but folks going solo,
Yeah.
what resources are out there?
Good question.
The IRS website is surprisingly good.
Real.
Tons of info, explanations of credits, eligibility.
And I don't need to be a tax expert to understand it.
Nope. The IRS has made it pretty user-friendly.
That's good to hear.
Plus, there are free services for those who qualify.
Well, like,
The Volunteer Income Tax Assistance Program.
okay. So we've covered a lot.
We have.
Any final thoughts for our listeners?
Absolutely. Don't wait. Check your status today.
Today.
Might be a refund waiting. And even if not,
Yeah.
knowing you're on top of things, that's priceless.
That peace of mind.
Exactly. Knowledge is power.
Love that.
The more you know about your taxes,
Yeah.
the more confident you'll be.
We'll be back to wrap things up.
Okay.
But for now,
Yeah.
check those taxes, folks.
Definitely.
You might be surprised. We're back wrapping up our deep dive on unclaimed tax refunds. You know, as we've been talking,
Yeah.
it's way more interesting than I thought.
Taxes are fascinating. There's so much to them, and they affect everyone.
Like a big puzzle to solve.
Mm-hmm.
Speaking of puzzles, we focused on federal taxes.
Mm-hmm.
What about state taxes? Same deal.
Similar idea, but each state has its own rules.
Yeah.
Some have income taxes.
Right.
Others rely on sales or property taxes.
So could you have unclaimed refunds at the state level too?
Definitely possible.
Huh.
Worth checking with your state's Department of Revenue.
See if there's anything outstanding.
Exactly. Many states have online tools.
Like what?
Like the IRS's "Where's my refund?" Makes it easy to check.
Before we finish up,
Yeah.
remember that thing about employers checking tax history?
Oh, right.
That was a surprise.
It's not common knowledge,
True.
but in some fields, it's crucial.
Where financial responsibility matters.
Exactly.
So someone listening who's realizing,
Uh-huh.
maybe my history isn't perfect.
Happens. What should they do?
First, don't stress. Figure out which years are missing.
Okay.
Gather the income info for those years.
And then?
Contact the IRS or your state's revenue department.
Explain the situation.
See how to get back on track.
And a tax pro can help if it's overwhelming.
Definitely, DeMore Tax Service can guide you.
Okay, good to know. As we wrap this up,
Mm-hmm.
what's the key takeaway?
Your taxes are within your control.
Don't be scared of them. Don't avoid them.
Okay.
Learn about them. Address any problems.
Yeah.
You can actually use your tax situation to your benefit.
Not just paying what you owe,
Right.
but using it to your advantage.
Exactly.
I like that.
Even if you don't find a refund this time,
Yeah.
the knowledge you've gained is valuable.
That's true. It's all about being informed,
Mm-hmm.
taking those steps towards financial well-being.
For sure.
Thanks for joining us on this deep dive into unclaimed tax refunds.
It was my pleasure.
Check your status today.
Definitely do that.
You might be surprised.
Yeah.
And for help,
Yeah.
DeMore Tax Service is there for you.
Great resource.
Find them online at DeMoreTaxService.com.
Easy to find.
Until next time, stay organized and keep those financial goals in mind.
Absolutely.